stop? Please tell me where we stop. Shinu?
Yes, ma'am. We stopped book of Genesis. We have just started. And we have discussed divided into two parts, like primeval history and patriarchal history.
Okay.
That was the last point.
Okay. So the book of Genesis, we can divide it into two sections. The first section is primeval history. Primeval history, we can see chapter 1 to 11. And we have patriarchal history. Patriarchal history, we can see chapters 12 to 15. Okay.
Yeah.
So in primeval history, we see, or this section deals with the primordial history of the universe. Okay. In this section, deals with the primordial beginning or primordial history of the universe, the beginning of the universe. Okay. Origin of the universe as well as the origin of the humankind. So in this primeval history, I already told you that it is from chapter 1 to 11. We can again, we can divide it into some chapters. Okay. So next is the structure of the primeval history. Okay, structure of the primeval history. So we can again divide it into small units or chapters. So chapter 1, verse 1 to 2, verse 21. We can see the two creation accounts. Okay, chapter 1, verse 1 to 2, verse 25. We can see two creation accounts. Did I say these things last class?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
so we already looked at the structure or outline, right? Yes. Yes. So now we are going to look into the two creation stories. Okay. So we see two creation stories in chapter 1, verse 1 to 2, verse 25. In the first creation story, we see that God created everything and rest at the seventh day. Okay. Creation and rest in 7 days. Okay. That is the first creation story. That is happening in 7 days. So creation and rest in 7 days. Okay. So in that, we can see God created in the many things, right? So the first day he created something, second day he created something. Okay, up to 6th day he created some of these things in universe, and the 7th day he took rest. So the first day he created the light. Okay, first day he created the light, and he separated light and darkness. He separated light from darkness. Then he named day and night. These are the things happened in the first day. He created light, then separation of light and darkness, then naming day and night. Okay. So the second day, he created firmament. Okay, firmament. I will write it in chat box. Okay, firmament. In that, we see separation of lower and upper water. Then he named heaven. Okay. Second day, what did he do? He created firmament, then separated lower and upper water, then naming of heaven. These things happened in second. Then third day, we can see dry land and water. God created dry land and water and separated them. Then he named the earth and the seas. Then vegetation, plants and trees. Okay. Third day, what did he do? Can you please read 1 verse 9, 10? Then you will understand.
Then God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and gathering together of the he called seas. And God saw that it was.
Yes. Okay, so he created, or he did, what did he do in third day? Third day, we see that there will be, there was dry land and water. Then God separated them. Then God named the earth and the seas. Then vegetation happened. Then plants and trees. He created plants and trees. Okay. Did you understand? Okay. Then fourth day, what did he do? Can you please read the verse 14?
Then God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons and for the years. And let them
Then
be
one more
for
verse.
light in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. And it was so.
Okay, so fourth
Then
day he okay, enough. So fourth day he created lights, right? That is sun and moon. Then he separated day and night. Okay, he separated day and night. Fourth day he created lights, especially sun and moon, and he separated day and night. Okay. Then fifth day, what did he do? What he created? Can you please read 1:20 to 23? At least read 20, verse 20.
Okay. Then God said, let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly about the earth across the face of the firmament of heavens. So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abundant according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God
Okay,
blessed
so
them, saying,
yes. Okay, in fifth day, he created birds, fish, and sea creatures. Okay, fifth day, he created birds, fish, and the sea creatures. That we can see in chapter 1, 20 to 23. Chapter 1, verses 20 to 23. Then sixth day, that we can see verses 1, 24 to 25, verses 1, 26 to 27, then 128, then 129 to 31. So in sixth day, he created wild animals, cattle, creeping things. Then he created man in God's image and likeness. Then he gave man dominion over other creatures. Then for him, for his food, he created vegetation. Okay. These are the things he created in sixth day. At least understand wild animals, cattle, creeping things. Then he created man in his own image and likeness. Okay. Then last day, seventh day, what did he do? We all know. He took rest. Okay. So these are the first account of creation. So creation happened in 7 days. Sixth day he created everything, and the seventh day he took rest. Okay. So first day he created light. He separated light and darkness. Then he named day and night. Then second day he created firmament, separation of lower and upper water. Then naming of heaven. Then third, dry land and water, separating. Then naming the earth and the seas. Then vegetation, plants and trees. Then fourth day again he created light, especially the sun and moon. Then separation of the day and night. Then fifth day, he created birds, fish, and sea creatures. Then fifth day, wild animals, creeping things, cattle. Then he created man in his own image and likeness. Then seventh day, he took rest. These are the things happening in the first creation accounts. Okay. Did you understand this much? Okay. If you do not get, you can yes, you can watch videos. Okay? YouTube video, our class YouTube video. Okay. So we can see that. Can you please read 26, verse 26?
Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth."
Okay, enough. So God says, let us make mankind in our own image, and likeness. When we study Pentateuch, we can see many debatable things. Some of the topics still, the debates are going. This is one of the topics of debates. Okay, so scholars are trying to find out what is the meaning of this image and likeness. So scholars, they bring many opinions, many views about this image and likeness. So I'm not going to teach everything in this class because this is online class and M.Div class. So this is a critical study. You can study this in your MDH or PhD if you go. So I don't want to, teach these all things detailed. Okay, but I will give some, an overall idea. Okay, so this is a debatable in the creation story. So scholars, they bring many opinions. Okay, some says that, what is this image and likeness? Some scholars says that, human beings are, rational animal. Okay, rational animal. So human beings and we have animals. So what is the difference between human beings and animals? They says that human beings as a rational animal, then they affirming that what is unique to man is his rationality. In that case, rationality may constitute the image of God in man. Okay, so what is the difference between these animals and human beings? There is rationality. So they says that this rationality may constitute, God's image in man. Okay, these all are views. Okay, we can't say that this is 100% true. These are their opinions. We do not know. Okay, then some says that man has the capacity of relationality. Okay, man can relate with God. Okay, so when we look into animals, they don't have that capacity. Okay, so what is unique in this man is relationality. Okay, so man can relate himself to God in a conscious way. Okay, so this capacity to know God and to relate him has, says that this is, refers that image and likeness, the capacity to know God and relate to God. Okay, are you getting?
Madam, this Darwin also saying like that, no? Darwin is saying it is image of the monkey,
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
We can't say that, uh, man is look like same as, physical, appearance. We can't say that God's appearance is, human beings are like God. Like God means that physical appearance. That is not what, this image and likeness. Okay. But some scholars says that, this image and likeness means physical image. Okay, that's the reason I said no. There are many views, but we can't say that this is true. This is 100% true. This is the meaning. Okay, so like many debatable things we can see in this Genesis. Okay, or Pentateuch. Then some says that human beings, they are the God's ambassador in the world. He represents God to all the beings of the world. Human beings are ambassadors of God. So that that refers to image and likeness. Some says like that. Okay. Then some other people says that this image and likeness. That means some of the scholars say like this, that indicate personality, moral and spiritual qualities that God and man shares. Okay. Some people says like that. Some scholars. This indicate personality, moral and spiritual qualities that God and man shares. Okay. So many views we can see. This is a debatable thing. Just understand, okay? We can't, give a 100%, and this is this. We can't say like that. Okay. So we see that. I think you understood. I hope. Okay. If you, go behind that debatable things, our class will not go forward. Okay. So many scholars have, many arguments. Scholars bring many arguments. So we can't say this is the right. Okay, this is the mean. Okay, leave it there. So the next is, we already looked at God created human beings, right? So what was the purpose of creating human beings? Okay, what is your understanding? Why God created human beings? Any idea? Why God created human beings?
To worship him.
Sorry, Nishwa, please tell.
Work on his will. God will.
Sorry, I couldn't.
God will
One
choose.
to do
God
God's will.
Yes, work on. Working.
Okay. Any other answers?
A relationship with God. Relationship.
Yes, that's good. To relate with God, right? Okay, so when we come to words, chapter 1, verse 28, can you please read 1 verse 28?
Then God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth."
So this is the purpose for man's creation. Why God created man? This is the answer. Okay. The first one is be fruitful. Okay. The first purpose of man's creation is to be fruitful. Then second is multiply. Okay. Then fill the earth and subdue it. Okay. Be fruitful and multiply. Then fill the earth and subdue it. God gave dominion over all creation. God gave man the dominion over all creation. Okay, here we see that God gave God gave man the dominion over all creation. What does it mean, dominion? Here? Any idea?
To control, to have control, dominion.
To control. What does it mean? Control means what?
Authority.
Ah,
It has the
In
authority.
which way? In which way? Dominating in which way?
God's action,
In-
God's action supposed to God's same like that. God's will we supply to.
Okay. So
Don't
here, dominion means, what we understand, what we understood is that we dominate world for our worldly pleasures, right? For our selfish things. That is not the meaning here. Okay. Here, dominate means to take care or to protect world. Okay, to protect the universe, to protect the earth. Okay. Not what we understand or we understood. The dominion means don't control for our selfish things. Rather, dominion means to take care of earth or creation. Okay.
Care.
In today's world,
Care.
we can see people are not, taking care of this creation, God's creation, right? They use for their selfish things, right? We can see that everywhere
Yes.
pollution we see, there no cleanliness, they are, there's, always cutting this
Yes.
trees,
But take
right?
care.
They destroy the creation of the
Right. Okay.
God.
Take care of that.
That is not the meaning here. Rather,
Oh,
to take care, dominion means human
look.
beings can use this creation in which way? To take care the creation, to protect the creation. Okay, not to destroy it. Did you understand that thing? Yes. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
we understood. Okay, we understood what is the purpose of man's creation. Then, what is the meaning of dominion? Okay. Then, that is the first creation account. The second creation account we see in chapter 2, verses 4b, verses 25. Chapter 2, verse 4b to 25. Okay, there we see chapter 2, verse 4b to 40. We see the account of creation of man. Chapter 2, 4b to 40, we see the creation of man. Then 2:15 to 25, we see that God placed the man in the Garden of Eden and the creation of woman. These two things we can see in the second creation account. The second creation account, we see chapter 4b to 25. In that chapter 2, verse 4b to 40, we see the creation of man. And 2:15 to 25, we see that God placed man in the Garden of Eden and creation of woman. These are the two things we see in the second creation account. In first creation account, we see creation is done according to days, but in second creation account, that is not. Okay. In first
Sister,
creation account,
the
okay.
second I didn't get. Please explain.
Second
Once more.
second
There's two.
account,
I didn't get the point. Please once more.
okay.
There's two.
We have
chapter
second
2,
account, right? Yes. In second creation account, two things are happening. The first thing is creation of man, or we can say that creation of Adam. The second thing is God placed Adam in the Garden of Eden and the creation of woman. That is the second thing we can see in the second creation account. Okay. So what I said is that in the first creation account, creation is done according to the days. Means that the first day he created light, second day something, third day something like that. According to days, God created the things. But in second creation account, that is not the way he created things. Okay. Did you understand now?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, next is okay. So please read chapter 1, 29, 30. Chapter 1, 29 to 30.
And God said, See, I have given you every herb that yields seed which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for also to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is life. I have given every green herb for food, and it was so.
Okay. So see that in chapter 1 verse 29, God said that I give you every seed bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it, they will be yours for food. Right?
Yes.
So God said that the original food habit sanctioned by God is vegetarianism. Okay, vegetarianism. Okay. Did you understand that point? God said to man and the beast and all, you have to eat only vegetables or these plants and trees and the seeds. Okay, no non-veg. Okay, so the first food habit sanctioned by God is vegetarianism. Okay, not non-veg. Okay, so when did that non-vegetarianism begun? Do you have any idea?
After flood.
I think after the flood.
Yes. Yes. Okay, we will look into that later. Okay. Okay. You see, I can't say each and everything in this Genesis. Okay. So the important thing, I am explaining to you. Okay. I can't teach you everything. This is a short time course. Right? So the important I am teaching. So do you understood the first and second creation of? Did you understand? Yes. In the first and second chapters, we see the creation account. When we come to third chapter, 3 to 5, we see sin entered into earth, right? Okay, how did sin entered into the earth? Any idea?
Sorry, ma'am.
Please
I
respond.
didn't hear.
Somebody. Sorry.
So guys,
Why did sin enter into the world? Daniel.
disobedience, because of disobedience.
Yes. Yes. Because of man's disobedience, sin is entered into the world. Sin entered into the world. Right?
Yes.
How did man disobey God? I hope you know the story, okay? That's why I'm asking. Okay, I can't teach this story. This is M.Div class. I hope you know these stories in the Genesis or in Pentateuch. Okay. So what did man? How did they disobey God?
What told Adam to
The-
not to eat the fruit in the middle.
Yes, God told them not to eat the fruit
Fruit
of
of
the tree, but they disobeyed God. Right. So evil came in the form of serpent. Right. Evil came in the form of serpent, tempted woman. In that way, they disobeyed God, and as a result, sin entered into this world. Right. So in chapter 3, we see that the serpent asking something this woman. Can you read that verses? 2
Okay.
or
And the woman
one
said to
word,
the-
one word.
now the
Now
serpent
the
now the serpent was more crafty
Mm.
than any of the wild animals the Lord God
Mm.
had made. He said to the woman,
Mm.
did God really
Mm.
say, you must not eat
Mm.
from any tree in the garden? The woman said to
Mm.
the serpent, we may eat
Mm.
fruit from the trees in the garden, but God
Mm.
did say, you must not
Mm.
eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not
Mm.
touch it, or you will die.
Mm.
You will not
Okay.
certainly die.
Mm.
The serpent
Mm.
said to the woman, for God
Mm.
knows that when you eat from it,
Mm.
your eyes will be opened, and you will be
Mm.
like God, knowing good and
Okay,
evil.
okay. Yes, enough. So the serpent, he was a craft than any of the animals. Right. Here it says like that. He was a crafty animal, right? Any of the wild animals. He was a crafty from among any of the wild animals. Right. So he's saying to this woman, what he asked, did God really say you must not eat the fruit? Right. Putting some curiosity to that woman. Right. Confusion. We can say that, he putting some confusion upon that woman. Did God really say that you must not eat, this fruit? That human being, like us, sometimes we also will think, did God really say? Right. We may get confusion sometimes. Right. Like that, here, this serpent, he raised the curiosity, upon this woman to prohibit God's word, right? Or God's truth. Okay, in that way, you see here, serpent, what serpent said, this woman, she believed and he prohibited God's truth, right? Yes or not? Yes. Yes. She disobeyed God, and what did she do? He gave that food to her husband also,
Yes.
right? Yes. In that way, they both disobeyed God and they became away from God, right? They went away from God. When they did sin, when they disobey God, what usually happens? They went away from God, right? That is what happening in our life also. Sometimes we give more importance to human beings' words, man's word, than God's word, right? But sometimes we do not understand that we are giving, more important humans, When we give more importance to humans than God, what usually happens? We are going away from God. Right? Right or not? Yes. So
Right.
we have to give more importance to God's right. This is a model. Right, before us. If we give more importance to humans' work, what will happen? Yes, we will become the uh, God's judgment will come up us. Right. Here, this Adam and Eve, they disobey God. That is the reason sin entered into the world. Then God, judged them. God's judgment came upon them. Right. So we see that God punished the serpent, Adam and Eve. When we come to chapter 3, last some of the verses, we see that God gave punishment upon. So, what was the punishment to the serpent? Any idea? The first punishment to the serpent is he was the God said that. Can
You
you
will
please read
crawl.
that word?
You will crawl on your belly and you will eat the
No,
dust.
no. Please read verse 14.
Because you have done this.
Hmm.
So the Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this,
Hmm.
cursed are
Hmm.
you above all livestock and all wild
Hmm.
animals. You will crawl on your belly and you will eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head,
Yes.
and you will crush his feet.
See, okay, so God said that you are the cursed one above all animals. That is the first punishment. God said, cursed are you above all livestock and all wild animals. So serpent is the cursed one above all animals. That is the first punishment from God. The next one, God says that you shall creep on your belly. That is the second curse, or second punishment. You shall creep on your belly. Then third punishment is you shall eat dust all of your life. You shall eat dust all of your life. Then God says that there will be enmity between woman and serpent. There will be enmity between woman and serpent. Then next punishment is there will be enmity between the woman's seed and seed of the serpent. There will be enmity between the woman's seed and the seed of the serpent. Then last punishment is the woman's seed will bruise the head of the serpent. The woman's seed will bruise the head of the serpent. Did that punishment fulfilled or not? Did that curse or punishment fulfilled or not?
Yes.
Any idea?
Yes, fulfilled.
Yes.
Yes. Where it is?
In
On the
Calvary.
Cross.
On the cross.
Yes. Very. Yes. So we all know that, right? Yes. Jesus bruised the head of the Satan, right? On the cross. So that punishment or that promise, we can say, promise, not promise actually, that God's word fulfilled on the cross of Calvary, right? Yes. The next punishment, the woman. What punishment woman got? The first one is great pain in childbirth. Great pain in childbirth. Then God said to woman, you will are you writing or listening? Please respond.
Both, ma'am.
Create pain in child.
Yes. Okay. Why I am asking? No, some people are writing and some are not writing. Okay. If you write, that's good. That is up to you. Okay. It's better to write. That is good. So when you come next class, you have some understanding what we, discussed in the last class. Okay. So the punishment to the woman is, God said that you give birth to your child in great pain. Okay. Great pain, childbirth. The next one is, your desire will be to your husband. Desire for her husband. You will have desire to your husband. Desire for her husband. Then the husband shall rule over the woman, or the husband shall rule over her. Okay, these are the three punishments the woman got from God. The first one is great pain in childbirth. Then her desire to her husband. Then husband will rule over
Woman.
Yes. Woman. Yes. The next one is punishment to the man or other. Punishment to other. So the first punishment, can you please read that verse to the other? 17, verse 17. Please read, somebody
Then to
please read
Adam
17.
he said, because you have heard the voice of your wife and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil you shall eat it, and all the days of your life, both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the of the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground. For out of it
Okay.
you were taken. For dust
Yes.
and to dust you return.
Okay. Thank you. So the punishment to the Adam is, first one is, God says that because of you, the ground is cursed. Here it says, cursed is the ground because of you. So the first punishment is, cursed be the ground. Cursed be the ground because of you. The ground is cursed. You can say that, cursed be the ground. Next one, God says to Adam is that, in toil you will eat your life. In toil you will eat all life. Then third one is thoughts and, what is this? Yeah, because of you, the ground will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of field. Okay, thorns and thistles will grow because of you in the ground. Then next is, he will return to dust from which he has formed. So the man will return to the dust from where God formed him. Okay, these are the curses or punishment Adam got from God. Because of Adam, the ground is cursed. Then next is, in toil, this man will eat all life. Then because this disobedient, thorns and thistles will grow. Then man will return to dust from which he was formed. These are the curses, or these are the punishment. The serpent, then woman, and the Adam got from God. Did you understand that part? So from this portion, we can understand that if we disobey God, punishment will be sure. Right? Right or not? Please
Right.
respond. Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes, sure.
Yes. So disobedience brings punishment, or sin bring death. Right? So before they sin, death has come to the world, right? So sin brings death, or disobedience brings punishment. Okay, I hope you understood that portion. Okay, the next one is, yes. So when we come to chapter 4, we can see that, this Adam and Eve got their sons, right? What was the name of their son?
Cain and Abel.
Yes, Cain and Abel. So one more thing, we understand that because of their disobedience, the Garden of Eden, they lost, right? Right or not?
Right.
Right.
Yes. They lost their position, right? God sent out them from that Garden of Eden. So if we disobey God, if we do sin to God, our position will lose, right? They lost their position. Did you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. From these stories, we can understand these moral lessons, right? These lessons. Okay, we all know that what is happening in chapter 4, right? In chapter 4, we see that Cain killed his brother, right? Abel, the first murder, killing, right? Among the human beings, the first murder happened in Adam's home, right? In Adam's house, right? So you see, because of one man's disobedience, how many things entered into the world, right? So we need to understand that obedience, that is very important in our Christian life, right? We, when we discuss these all things, we have to look into us, our life. Are we obedient to God in all our ways? We have to look at us. We have to, do a, personal analysis in us. Are we obedient or disobedient to God? Right? If we disobey God, surely punishment will come. We lose our position. Okay. So these are the things we can understand. We can understand from that portion. Okay. Then we come to chapter 5. Come to chapter 5. Okay, there we see another man. What was his name?
Noah.
Yes, there we see Noah. Right.
No. Yes.
From Adam to Noah, that generation's account we see in chapter 5. Right. Then chapter 6, we see that. Can you please read chapter 6, verse 1?
Now it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth,
Mm.
and daughters were born to them.
Mm. Okay,
That the
please
son,
one more. Read.
verse 1.
Continue.
Now,
Yes,
now it
continue
came to
that.
pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the Son of God saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose.
Hello? Bobby brother.
നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് ഇഷ്യൂസ് ഉണ്ടെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു.
No.
Let us wait. നോട്ട്സ് എല്ലാം എഴുതിയോ?
സൂസനാൻറ്റി നാട്ടിലാണോ?
നാട്ടിലാണ്. എന്റെ
എവിടാ?
വീഡിയോ കാണും. നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് അല്ലേ, പാലാരിവട്ടം, എറണാകുളം.
ഓക്കെ.
കാണുന്നില്ലല്ലോ. നെറ്റില്ലേ?
ഇടത്തോട്ട് വരണ്ടേ? വെള്ളം അവിടെ അല്ല.
വെള്ളം എല്ലാം പോവാ, താഴത്തെ ഇറങ്ങുന്നു. ഞങ്ങളുടെ വീട്ടിലോട്ട് അവിടെ അല്ല വെള്ളമാ, റോഡിലല്ല. ഇങ്ങോട്ട് കയറാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. ആലപ്പുഴ റോഡിൽ നിന്ന് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് കയറാൻ പറ്റില്ല. കടങ്ങറ വഴിയാ കയറുന്നത്.
കടങ്ങറ.
കഴിഞ്ഞ പ്രാവശ്യത്തെ നോട്ട് എഴുതാൻ കിടക്കും, അതും എഴുതിയില്ല. നാട്ടിൽ വന്ന ഉഴപ്പാ.
ടീച്ചറിനെ കാണുന്നില്ല.
അയ്യോ,
നമുക്ക് ആ യൂട്യൂബ് കണ്ടല്ലേ പറ്റൂ. യൂട്യൂബേ
അത് നാട്ടിലതൊന്നും നടക്കുകയല്ല.
അല്ലാതെ
കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം നോട്ട്സ് ഉണ്ടോ? ഗോവിന്ദ് പാസ്റ്ററെ കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം നോട്ട്സ് ഉണ്ടോ? കഴിഞ്ഞ ആഴ്ചത്തല്ലേ
തന്നിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ ഗ്രൂപ്പിനകത്ത്.
വീഡിയോ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ പാസ്റ്ററെ.
ഉണ്ടല്ലേ?
പിന്നെ
ഒന്ന് ആബ്സെന്റ് ആവും. ഓക്കെ.
സാവകാശിന് അവിടെ നല്ല തണുപ്പാന്നോ മഴയാന്നോ?
ഭയങ്കര മഴയായിരുന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞ ആഴ്ചയില്. ഭയങ്കര കാറ്റും മഴയും, കറണ്ട് ഇല്ലായിരുന്നു.
സാവു പാസ്റ്റർ ഇടുക്കിയിൽ എവിടെ? കുട്ടിക്കാനോ?
അല്ലല്ല, ഇടുക്കി ഈ മൂന്നാറടുത്താ.
ഓക്കെ.
അടിമാലി മൂന്നാർ അതിനടുത്ത്.
മൂന്നാറിന് എത്ര കിലോമീറ്റർ ഉണ്ട്?
ഇവിടുന്ന് 30 കിലോമീറ്റർ.
ഓക്കെ.
ദിവസം
വരാം.
ഓക്കെ. വെൽക്കം.
ടീച്ചറിനെ ഒന്ന് വിളിക്കേ.
നമ്പര് തന്നിട്ടുണ്ടോ?
മെസ്സേജ് ഇൻഫോം ടു
എന്നെ ഹോസ്റ്റ് ആക്കിയേക്കുക.
So please continue.
എന്നെ
അല്ലേ സിസ്റ്ററെ ലൈനിലുണ്ടോ?
മാമിന് നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് ഇഷ്യൂ ആയിട്ട് പോയതാണോ?
അതെ.
അതെ അതെ.
ഓക്കെ.
മാമിന്റെ നമ്പർ ഇല്ല വിളിക്കാൻ. ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തു.
Ma'am, not clear. The voice is not clear.
Ma'am, voice not clear. ഷിനു മാം, നമുക്ക് ഇന്ന് ക്ലാസ് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്താലോ? ഞാൻ മാമിനെ വിളിച്ച് പറയാം. ഇനി ഒരു 20 minutes അല്ലേ? Okay,
Yes, yes.
let's we stop today.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, praise Lord. I'm so sorry.